What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here getting my 10,000 steps in. I'm on Brush Street right now. Brush Street is a fun place to be during any season, but it's kind of dead right now because we don't have football or baseball right now. That away, that is Ford Field. And that away is Comerica Park. So that's why Brush Street is so fun, because you are walking right between these two big ballparks. But let's get into the topic at hand. We had Anthony Mackie recently. He was on, The Pivot? And he did, he said some things that really shocked me. And why did they shock me? Because he's been a Disney employee for some years now, working on the Marvel movies. And these things that he was saying, they don't seem to really be supported by the current way of Disney. And what do I mean by that? Well, he talked about masculinity, and we know that current Disney does not like masculinity. Disney has pushed rainbow stuff very hard, especially over the last 5 years. Unyielding, unrelenting. It's been dumped in. What's that? What are you trying to get to?
36 districts.
Yep, it's right there. Yeah, you can see it from here. It's you see the corner down there where it says grit, the Jared Goff sign that says grit.
Oh my God.
You won't be able to. It's gonna be just to your left when you get to that corner. All right, take care, brother. I always like to help out when I can, point people in the right direction. I'm fortunate enough to live here downtown. I understand how fortunate I am with that. So I know where everything is. I know shortcuts here and there. Some people don't live around here, so they need some help. Some people are just tourists. We get a lot of tourists here now. A lot. It's crazy. What a time to be alive. So, I guess I look like I know where I'm going and what I'm doing, so people don't mind asking me for the way to go. But I'm always happy to help. But anyway, Disney, they have pressed with all of the rainbow stuff, just unrelenting. They've pushed so hard with this stuff over the last 5 years. So it was very interesting to hear Anthony Mackie talk about masculinity and the death of the American male over the last 20 years. This is what he said. We have witnessed over the last 20 years the death of the American male. He was saying how he's been to different places and how men just move different. Masculinity is perceived different. The dude is not wrong at all. He was saying how our households, our communities, we have seen masculinity basically be erased. Man, I'll just say I wasn't expecting this, to say the least. I wasn't expecting this, because this is the same guy who was just recently saying, we got some people coming this way. This is the same guy who was just recently saying that Captain America represents many things, but he doesn't believe that America should be one of them. My guy, it's Captain America. What are you talking about? You're wearing a costume designed, inspired by our flag. What are you talking about, man? So him saying stuff like that, in my opinion, was just more in line with the type of time that Disney has been on recently. So I didn't expect him to get on masculinity and the death of the American male. But maybe the reason why he did is because he was sitting there around masculine men, because that does happen. When you around men, masculine men, you can't help but be drawn in. Masculine men are drawn to other masculine men. This is why you typically don't find masculine men have any really effeminate friends, and especially no gay friends, because what do you have in common? If you're a straight man, you don't have a whole lot in common with a gay dude. Just keeping it a buck. They don't like TNA. So right there, a lot of what you could have in common with them is gone. And this may be a controversial take, and that's fine. But that also was a sign of the times of where we're at. That saying straight men love TNA is a controversial take. Think about this. Before, when I was a teenager, saying boys are boys and girls are girls, that would not have been controversial, but today it is. It's not as controversial since we've had a changing of the guard in the White House, but it still triggers a lot of people. We have, and this is how we know the American male has been under attack. We have grown men, pro athletes, former pro athletes, wearing nail polish, carrying purses, talking about their kids are trans. This was just not a way of being before, especially not in the black community. These really weren't struggles that we had. You didn't see this stuff really. That rainbow stuff is heavy in the black community now. And it wasn't. If you're my age, think back to when you were 10, 11, 12, 13, and your folks took you to church. You didn't see any of the funny stuff that you do now, which is largely why there's no men in the black church. It's done. It's all women, and in most cases, if you see a man in there, it's far less men than it is women, and the men are, in many cases, not all, soft. Their wife is the boss, or they own the rainbow stuff. You know, you don't really see masculine, strong men in the black church anymore. But once upon a time, that wasn't the case. When I was coming up, men were in the church. You were there with your family. You didn't have all situations like where the pastor is rainbow and he's married to another man and his husband is sitting front row in the church while he up there preaching a sermon. You never would have seen that. You never would have seen that. Now, not only do you see that, but you're the problem if you don't agree with it. You're this, you're that. You're toxic even. You're toxic. If you're a straight man that enjoys being a straight man, you are a problem. You are problematic, as they call it. You're a bigot. You're phobic. You're all these things. It can't just be, hey, bro, look, I like what I like, and I stand on that. I'm expected to be respectful and tolerant of all your shit. But if I just simply say, hey, bro, look, I like women, I like biological women, no, I don't want to date any trans women, why is that a problem? That's where we at now. You are a problem if you are a masculine man and you stand on it now. So I agree with him, and I didn't think that I'd ever say this, but I agree 100% with Anthony Mackie. 100%, man. Dude is not wrong. But hopefully it won't stay like this. Let me know what you guys think. I'll holler at you soon. Peace.